Let's start a business. Hey, I'm Caesar. Thank you for watching. And yeah, you heard right. I'm going to start a business. This is the first video of a series of me starting my business. Now, to give you a little bit of context, I have some experience building businesses. Not all have become a success, but I have learned a lot of things along the way. And so I plan to bring my learnings to this specific project, this specific business. And I'm really excited because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. And it didn't reemerge till recently. I came across a gentleman who, is running a business. It's direct to consumer. He invented this product and it got me really excited. I've kind of started this channel with that in mind, to begin a business and to walk you behind the scenes and kind of walk you from the beginning to the business running. And I plan to share my learnings and what I'm seeing and how it's all working and how I'm juggling things. I do apologize. Right now it's 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. at night, and p.m. night, and kids are asleep. This is when I have time to record. Not exactly my sharpest, but I am awake enough to get this going. And plus, I'm pumped about this. Without further ado, let me just explain what I intend to do here. So yeah, I'm going to show my fancy Google Doc. The business I'm going to start is a journal business. Okay. And I haven't said this to anyone. I've talked to my wife about it and she's 100% on board. She sees my vision, and which is great. I love that. But now I'm telling you, so why a journal business? Why now? You might be saying to yourself, there are so many journal businesses. There are so many. And what I mean by journal is like a diary, a notebook, something you write on. Journaling is something that I value very much. And I have my journals. There are some quirks that don't make it a deal breaker, so to speak, but I could see things that could be made much better. And I don't think journals have been paid attention to for a long time. Now, I might be wrong. There might be another person out there who's developing some kind of journal, but I have some ideas that I want to develop, right? And I'm all for different types of journals. One that has a calendar, one that has some sort of prompt for the morning and evening. And there's some stuff out there already. Yes, I know. But I think there are ways that may not be super obvious that I think would make it better. There's also the way the journals are built that I'm always thinking why certain things haven't been done. And I've been doing some research. In fact, I've been researching this maybe for the last 3 years, and have not found anything close to what I am specifically looking for. My journals are going to be practical, but also tactile, useful. Quality means a lot to me as well. I don't want to use cheap material. I'm hoping I could make these things in the US. So there's kind of the dream, right? So why now? We're kind of going through a bit of a shift. I don't know, of a paradigm shift, but AI is very much loud and present at the moment. And I think that with AI, we're getting a lot more sloppy stuff, kind of garbage on the internet. I also think that with a lot of screen time, a lot of phones and that kind of thing, we're very easily distracted. And journals are a way to focus our attention and to keep our brains moving. When we write things down physically, I don't mean typing things down. When we write physically on a piece of paper with a pen or pencil, you retain that information more often. You get better at remembering things. You kind of burn ideas into your mind. As Toby Luque, the co-founder of Shopify, says, you burn into your prefrontal cortex. And he writes things over and over again, by the way. And I think I talked about it in my last video. I'm not sure. Anyway, so what makes it different is there are going to be specific design features on these notebooks, on these journals. Things that I've been wanting for a long time. Now, I'm going to spend some time developing the product, and I'm most likely going to be building these things on my own, with my own hands at first, and then maybe look into manufacturing, hoping the manufacturing is done here in the States. I have a specific type of notebook or journal that I would like. Early product iteration, I plan to share early product prototypes, and then go through all the stuff that you kind of have to go through. For example, the business checking account. I've already set that up, and I'm going to show you, in fact, right now that I've set it up through Relay, and Relay was a recommended bank. And the reason they're recommended is because they follow the profit first model, and if you're not familiar with it, with profit first, here we go. It's a book by Mike Michalowicz, and he essentially, in the book, he talks about splitting your earnings, right, or revenue, into different pots. And what he recommends is that you put your profit into that bucket first. That way you see your earnings grow over time in your business. And he also talks about paying yourself and all that good stuff. A very excellent book. If you haven't checked it out, I would highly recommend reading it. But I'm super stoked because this bank provides different accounts for you. And I'll tell you that with big banks, for example, like Chase, they don't do that. And if you want to open multiple checking accounts for different things, you're going to be charged an arm and a leg for that monthly. Okay. So really pumped about this. I'm going to be using Relay, and got the bank going on. I still haven't decided if I'm going to create an LLC or S Corp, but I'm currently researching that. I'll keep you posted. And then of course that includes the EIN number. If you're not familiar with the EIN number, that's like the way I visualize it, the way I see it is it's the social security number for your business, right? For that entity. I've got the domain. I've got the name of the company. I'm so pumped about this because I landed this domain name, I would say about 4 or 5 years ago. And when I originally had this idea, but then I killed the idea because it's just excuses. I said to myself that, there are already too many journal, notebook, stationery type companies, but who the hell cares, man? I mean, every company has its own corner. It has its own differentiating factor. It has its own thing that sets it apart from other companies. And the market is so big that there's room for other companies to come to the market. So I'm going to do that. I've decided I'm going to do that. I've been thinking about this for so long, and it's just time to get moving on it. I mean, why wait, right? So I've got the domain name. I already know I'm going to build the website, very likely on Shopify. It's the #1 e-commerce platform. Why not? I'm familiar with Shopify. I worked with a few companies who have built their businesses up to $100 million. Like, I worked with a $100 million company who has everything in Shopify. I mean, the whole thing. $100 million business. I want to make this comment too. Not everyone has it all figured out. Doesn't matter if you're a one-person business or you're a multi-$100 million business with employees and your own manufacturing or several products, you still don't have everything figured out. And it's crazy. It's crazy because I never would have thought that, I would think that a giant company that's worth over $100 million have their shit together, right? But they don't. I'm not saying anything bad about any specific company. I'm just saying that they also come across very similar, if not the same types of issues that a single person or a very small team go through. So business is problem solving, and you're solving problems within your own business as you're solving problems for your customers, right? Your customers are coming to you because they have a problem, they want to solve it. These journals, they solve a problem. Okay, like you're gonna have a specific type of product that is very tailored to you. Is what I'm gonna make. Not everyone is built to get into business for themselves. I completely understand that. But if you are one of the few who want to make something and put a dent out there, I think that's it for now. And thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.